First of all, is a really good win over a pretty talented team, a close competitor in the Barrie Conference. Um, you had to be pretty pleased with the performance tonight.
I thought, it was a pretty solid effort. I think, we came out pretty flat first 5 minutes of the second period, and we were on our heels a little bit. I thought Chris Whitley was real solid and saw a lot of pucks tonight, which is real encouraging. I'm real happy for him. And, we got to capitalize on the opportunities we needed to.
Yeah, you mentioned Whitley, obviously, yeah, great performance, first time back in net here in some time. Just as far as that kind of performance that you see for the first time back in net, facing 13 shots in the first period, is I think a goaltender often wants to see a lot of shots, but is that something as a coach you want to see?
Well, I mean, the game's the game. I think it really depends when you look at the tape where the shots are coming from, and more on the quality of chance than it is shots. But at the same time too, like we didn't seem like we were really giving up too many quality areas. But at the same time, when we did, he was there and he was on it. So I thought it was a great effort, and I know that he'll be real happy with it too. I mean, you can't go through what he went through at this time of the year and then you jump in and you kind of you're going to wonder, like, well, okay, where am I at? And so by no means do I think that he's out of the woods, but it's a great encouraging start, that's for sure. It's good to have him back.
Got some great play out of several of your real physical players tonight. It looked like they were really wanting to try and take it to you guys physically. Brennan with a couple of fights and a goal. How important is it to get some offensive production out of a guy that can also fight?
Well, I think that it's huge for our hockey team, but it's also great for him. I mean, the guy, I have the utmost respect for. He comes to work here every day, and he leads our hockey team, and he works hard, and he's one of the hardest working guys we have on the hockey team. And he just is a great example for our guys, and he's a big part of what we're doing. And it's nice to be rewarded when you have to do some of the dirty stuff. So again, I couldn't be happier with what he's brought to our team. It's been a whole package.
And it seemed like a game that the Mudbugs kind of had to have. You've got 2 games in hand over them. You had a 6-point lead coming in tonight. They really wanted, obviously, I think, to try and close that gap. How big is the win from that standpoint?
Well, I think it's real important that we stay focused on trying to finish as high as we can. But at the same time, it's Shreveport's not the only team that we got half of a season left here. Basically tonight was the tipping point to kick us into the second half. So it gets tougher, and you can see teams like Odessa and those teams are really starting to come around, and so it's going to be ultra competitive. But I think we just want to keep trying to find our game, and home ice advantage is going to be a key, and we want to keep that.
The referee had a few words for you here, and I think it was the second period. Is that anything that you can kind of, what was the dispute about that you were kind of going over with him?
I have no problem. I had no issue with him. I think maybe he had some bad Gatorade, or he ate a bad pregame. I have no idea what the problem is.
He just kind of got upset, and I noticed you were trying to kind of laugh it off, and he wasn't having any part of that.
Well, it speaks for itself.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.